The night sky hung heavy over the small town of Ridgewater, stars smothered by an ominous blanket of clouds. Wind howled through the skeletal trees, rattling windows as if seeking to break in. Down the shadowy streets, a dim glow emanated from a basement window. Inside, 4 friends gathered around a sleek VR console, the kind that promised unparalleled immersion, a gateway to another world. The air in the room was tense with anticipation. A faint metallic tang clung to the atmosphere, the kind that prickled the skin and set teeth on edge. Shadows danced along the peeling walls, cast by the flickering light of an old bulb overhead. "You sure about this, Matt?" the self-proclaimed tech junkie asked, his voice low and uncertain for once. He ran a hand through his messy brown hair, his eyes fixed on the glowing console. "This game isn't even on the market yet. If it's still in beta, who knows what kind of bugs it has." Chloe, the bravest of the group, scoffed. "Don't chicken out now, Matt. You were the one who got us the invite codes. Plus, it's just a game." Her emerald green eyes gleamed with excitement as she adjusted her headset. "Besides, they said this thing's going to be revolutionary. Fully immersive gameplay? I'm in." Jason, the class clown, chuckled nervously. "If I die in here, I'm haunting all of you." He grinned, but the twitch in his lip betrayed his unease. Leela, the quiet one, sat cross-legged on the floor, fiddling with the straps of her headset. "Let's just start," she murmured, barely loud enough to be heard. Her gaze lingered on the screen, where the game's title glowed ominously, Clips VR, the ultimate experience. "All right, let's do this," Matt muttered, slipping his headset off. One by one, the others followed, the room plunging into silence, except for the soft hum of the console. The world blurred around them as the VR gear activated, pulling them into a simulated reality, so vivid, it was indistinguishable from the real one. They found themselves standing in the middle of a dark, foggy forest. Towering trees loomed above, their gnarled branches clawing at the sky. The air was cold, damp, and smelled of moss and decay. Distantly, a crow cawed, its cry echoing through the silence like a warning. "Whoa," Jason breathed, spinning around. "This is insane. I can feel the ground under my feet." He knelt, brushing his fingers against the dirt. "It even smells real." Chloe grinned. "Told you it'd be amazing." "Okay, so what's the objective?" Matt asked, scanning the environment. "There's gotta be some kind of mission, right?" As if in answer, a voice boomed through the forest, deep and otherworldly. "Welcome, players. Your goal is simple: survive." The group exchanged uneasy glances. Chloe shrugged. "Standard survival game stuff. Stick together, for supplies, and don't get killed." "Easy enough," Jason said, though his voice wavered. They began exploring, moving cautiously through the forest. Every sound the crunch of leaves underfoot, the rustle of bushes seemed amplified in the oppressive silence. Then they found it, a crumbling stone cabin, half hidden by vines. Its broken windows gapped like empty eye sockets. "Creepy," Leela whispered. "That means loot," Chloe said, heading for the door. She pushed it open, the creak of rusted hinges echoing like a scream. Inside, the air was thick with dust and rot. A single lantern flickered on a table, casting long shadows across the room. "Weapons," Matt exclaimed, grabbing a rusted axe. Chloe picked up a machete, Jason found a baseball bat, and Leela settled for a hunting knife. As they geared up, the door slammed shut behind them. A guttural growl rumbled through the cabin. The lantern flickered violently before going out, plunging them into darkness. "What the hell was that?" Jason whispered, his grip tightening on the bat. "Stay calm," Chloe said, though her voice was tense. "It's probably just part of the game." The growl came again, closer this time. A pair of glowing red eyes appeared in the darkness, followed by another, and another. A pack of grotesque, wolf-like creatures emerged, their matted fur bristling, jaws dripping with saliva. Their claws scraped against the floor as they advanced. "Run!" Matt shouted. They bolted, bursting out of the cabin and into the forest. The creatures gave chase, their snarls echoing through the trees. Branches whipped against their faces, and their breath came in ragged gasps as they ran. Finally, they stumbled into a clearing, the monsters halting at the edge as if an invisible barrier held them back. What just happened? Jason panted, doubling over. I think we're safe, Leela said, though her trembling voice betrayed her uncertainty. For now, Chloe muttered. She turned to Matt. Can you pull up the menu? Maybe there's a map or something. Matt tried, but nothing happened. That's weird. None of the controls are working. A chilling realization settled over them. It's just a glitch, right? Jason asked, though no one answered. The voice returned, colder and more menacing this time. In Eclipse VR, there are no second chances. Death in the game means death in reality. Silence fell, broken only by the distant rustle of leaves. Leela's eyes widened. This can't be real. It's just a scare tactic. Then why can't we log out? Matt snapped, panic creeping into his tone. Before they could respond, a blood-curdling scream rang out, sending shivers down their spines. It came from deeper in the forest. Someone else is in here, Chloe said, gripping her machete tightly. We have to help them, or it's a trap, Jason countered. We can't just leave them, Leela said softly. Reluctantly, they followed the sound, their weapons at the ready. The forest seemed alive, every shadow moving, every sound a potential threat. Finally, they came upon the source of the scream, a lone figure lying motionless on the ground. It was another player, his headset cracked, his face frozen in a mask of terror. Oh my God, Matt whispered, stepping back. Is he dead? Chloe knelt beside the body, checking for a pulse. She looked up, her face pale. He's gone. No way, Jason muttered, his voice shaking. This is insane. This is, the voice returned, now mocking. 1 player eliminated. 4 remain. The forest seemed to grow darker, the air heavier. They were no longer just playing a game. They were fighting for their lives.